My name is Diana Lynn. I've got a secret. Do you think you can guess what it is?
Arid Cream Deodorant. The deodorant that is 53% more effective in keeping underarms dry and odorless, presents I've Got a Secret, starring Gary Moore.
Thank you. Thank you much there. I hope it turns out to be that good, and somehow tonight I think it will. Another fortnight has passed, and here we are back again with another session of I've Got a Secret, which is a Snoopy sort of game in which we reveal the awful truth about some very nice people just for fun. Tonight we have some information about the private lives of some interesting folk, which they're going to try to keep secret from our panel. And I would like to have you meet our panel, which for tonight's program only we have gotten from folks right here in our own studio audience. First, a young man who's just in town from Pittsburgh trying to get into radio, Mr. Bill Collins.
Cullen.
Bill Cullen.
Yes.
And next, a very pretty young junior high school student, Miss Jane Meadows. And a handsome young shoe and rye bread salesman of New York, Mr. Henry Morgan. And finally, a lovely housewife of Connecticut, a Mrs. Henderson. That is our panel. Mrs. S. Henderson, I believe. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to introduce you to a lady who has tonight's first secret. All right, now it is time for us to barge headlong into tonight's game of I've Got a Secret. How about your panel? You all set and ready to go? I didn't know the show was that big a secret, but we're happy to have you aboard. Let's have our first contestant. Michelle, will you come in, please, ma'am, and have a seat? Hello. Someone, I would say, is rather fond of you. You're very dutifully decked out in an orchid there. Will you tell the panel what your name is, please, and where you're from?
Alice Shore, Rockville Center.
Rockville Center. All right, now it's up to you, panel, to uncover Miss Shaw's secret. Here's how we play the game. Each panelist will get 2 questioning periods of 15 seconds each, but the clock will only time the actual questions. That is to say, we take time off for audience reaction and discussion, if any. Now, when a panelist's time is up, he will hear this sound, and I will pay our guest $10 and turn the game over to the next questioner. Twice around the panel for a total loss of $80, and the game is over. Now then, Mrs. Shaw, if you will whisper your secret to me, we will show it at the same time to the viewers at home. I don't know whether to congratulate you or sympathize with you. We'll find out. To help classify this secret panel, I will tell you it concerns something that she has, and I think that tonight we will start with our young junior high school student, Miss Jane Meadows.
Miss Shaw, from the audience reaction, is this by any chance something you would rather not have?
No.
No? Well, is it, something you'd... Is there more than one of these things?
Oh, yes.
Is this thing tangible?
Well, I wouldn't know.
Yes, it's tangible.
It's tangible. Is it somewhat rare?
In my case, it is.
These things are somewhat rare. Are you a collector of these things, by the way?
I don't know whether collector could be the thing, not in the sense that you're thinking of, I don't think, no.
I see. Well, are they by any chance connected with, let's say, a hobby of yours?
No.
There's $10 down and $70 to go. Mr. Henry Morgan, please.
Mrs. Shore, are these things that you display around the house?
Oh, yes.
Are they things that you have to pay a lot of attention to?
Yes.
I mean, things like you have to dust them and...
No.
You don't have to dust them specifically, no.
Oh, are these growing things?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, you have to give them water to help them grow?
Yes.
These are indoor. Would these things grow outdoors, too?
Oh, yes.
Oh, say, if you were in the hospital, would you be cheered up if I brought you a dozen?
Well, that's for her to answer. I can't answer it either. Would you be cheered up if he were to bring you a dozen?
No.
No. Even you think that's overdoing it a bit, huh? $20 down and $60 to go, Miss Faye Emerson, please.
Oh, I'm terrified.
Did you tell me, Mrs. Shaw, are these things that require pruning, perhaps?
Oh, you have to give them a little trimming from time to time.
Oh, are these possibly living things?
Yes.
By living, I mean, are they human? Or animal of some kind? As opposed to vegetable?
Well, those are three fine questions.
I'm sorry.
Are they
these
human?
animal rather than vegetable?
Yes, ma'am.
It's a member of it was warm-blooded, in other words.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a human being?
Yes.
That you collect?
No, I said that she couldn't specifically be called a collector in the normal sense, like you collect stamps.
But she has a human being, and we must find out.
Well, a human being I can't allow.
Oh, more than one human being?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, is there something special about these human beings?
Not to me.
I guess after a while it gets that way. $30 down, $50 to go. Mr. Bill Cullen, please.
Are there more than 5 of these human beings?
Yes.
Not the new owner of the St. Louis Cardinals, by any chance. These people, are they children of yours?
Yes.
Am I interested in finding out how many there are?
To a point, yes.
You know, find out how many and then stop? Are there more than 10?
Yes.
Mama, the children mentioned in the secret are not more than 10, no.
Are there 10?
There are 10.
And
Excuse me
there's
just a minute. I have to explain my viewpoint on it. We just enjoyed a little chat. What did you say?
Are there some that she hasn't even mentioned, beside the 10?
Yes?
Is there such a thing as 10 tuplets?
10 Deckel tuplets? No. $40 down and $40 to go. Panel, each of you has one more
Is
opportunity.
there something unusual about these 10 children? I mean, are they 10 sets of twins, for instance?
10 sets of twins? No, ma'am.
I mean, 5 sets.
That's exactly it. Mrs. Shaw is the mother of 5 sets of twins, which is what her secret was. She also happens to have 8 more children. She is the mother of 18 children. Mrs. Shaw? Just out of curiosity, it's only a half-an-hour show, but can you name the 18 children? I'll count. You name them.
All right, Richard.
Richard?
Louis, Gertrude, that's twins. Donald, George, Matthew, Martin, Margaret, Mary, Arthur, Jimmy, Alice, Lawrence, Billy, and Carl.
Billy and Carl, you made them all. Congratulations, you only won $40. Thanks so much for being with us. Gee, and she looks so untroubled, too, huh? Will you tell the panel, please, sir, what your name is and where you are from?
I'm Mr. Duggar. I'm from upstate New York.
Mr. Duggar from upstate New York. Will you sit down, sir? All right. Now, panel, remember how we play twice around the panel and the game is lost. Do you want to move in, sir, please, a little closer to the mic? That's fine. Now, you whisper your secret to me, sir, if you will. We'll show it to the folks at home. Now, to help classify this secret, I will tell you it is something that he did, and I think, Dr. Morgan, we will start with you, Henry Morgan.
Yeah, first I have to say I know we got mail from people who said we hear whispering going on. Well, the whispering you hear is just us, the panel. We get, saying, I think it's doing anything, because I just broke the new rule against no whispering, because when Jane said 10 twins, I said 5, being a brilliant mathematical. Well,
You are
I
forgiven.
wanted to cover that. Mr. Douglas is something he did.
Mr. Duggar.
Duggar, sorry. Mr. Duggar, is this something you did recently?
Will you classify recently, Mr. Morgan? When is recent in your mind?
Last Thursday? No, like within the last year?
No.
Last 5 years?
Well, that's...
Just about,
Yeah.
we'll say.
Just about. And apparently it's something you only did one time.
Yes,
And did it get in the newspapers, this thing you did?
yes.
Oh. And was it something that...
Was it something that, no. $10 down and $70 to go. Miss Fay Emerson, please.
Mr. Duggar, was it something you did to someone?
No.
Oh, did you do it to some object?
Was it someone?
Some object. There is an object involved.
There is an object involved.
Yes.
And was it a sort of happy event? Would you like to do it again?
Yes, indeed.
But you have only done it once.
That's right.
Is
We
it
must
something-
say that it's a thing that could only be done once, but a similar thing, it would be happy if a similar thing were to happen. $20 down and $60 to go. Mr. Bill Cullen, please.
Mr. Duggar, the object to which you did this, was it a mechanical object?
No,
Was it a living object?
that's
Uh,
difficult to answer.
There were living objects involved, were there not?
Yes, living objects involved.
You're not the man who delivered the 5 sets of twins, are you, buddy?
So we got them all in a big package deal from MCA, huh?
The living objects that were involved, were they human beings?
Not as specifically stated in the secret, no. In other words, indirectly, human beings have been involved, but that's immaterial as regards tonight's secret.
This thing that you did it have to do with the way you earn your living, Mr. Duggar?
Yes.
Yes, in a measure.
Did you actually have physical contact with these objects?
Quicker discovery.
Well, yes, but, with the objects that were involved. All right? Will you let that pass, sir?
Yes.
All right, fine. There's $30 down and $50 to go. Miss Jane Meadows, please.
Mr. Duggar, did you by any chance discover something?
Yes,
You did. Are you a scientist?
I am.
Were you working on animals that would benefit human beings by this discovery by any chance?
I wasn't working on animals, no.
No. But it was something that you discovered that would benefit human beings, is that right?
Yes,
Would it be in the medical line?
it would apply.
It would. Would it be something like sulfur? Would it be a drug, for instance, that you discovered?
Yes,
A drug.
Answer is yes. $40 down and $40 to go. Panel, this is your last time around. Mr. Henry Morgan, please.
Mr. Duggar, this drug you discovered, which was some few years back, is it on the market under a trade name now?
yes.
Now, aren't you
Will it help
sorry
me
you asked?
to break down the diseases that it... should I find out what specific thing it cures or helps or whatever?
That would be kind of the long way around, wouldn't it, sir?
That's very long way around.
Ooh, it's used in a lot of things. Is it like a vitamin or
No, no. Drug is not.
a
like
preservative? Help them
There's $50 down and $30 to go. Fay, I'm going to have to end the discussion with you. I'll give you a couple of seconds because we're getting farther afield.
Is
all
it
the
of the
time.
sulfur family?
No, not.
Is it of the penicillin family?
Penicillin, it's hard to classify it as having a family.
Is it a bacterial drug? Is it created by mold?
Yes.
Oh, then it is of the fungus growth family.
No,
Gee, the
it
only
isn't.
ones I know are penicillin and sulfur. I don't...
How about my Setons?
Well, we're going to have to, I tell you what, Jane spoke out of turn, which is all right, because we're going to have to forfeit our complete $80 to Dr. Duggar. We cheated a little bit. Dr. Duggar is the discoverer of areomycin. I think also that the encouraging thing about it is that he discovered it some 7 years after his retirement. You just said something to me, Dr. Duggar, about the money. What was
I
it?
want you to put that on the foundation polio.
Well, we will certainly contribute this in your name to the Polio Foundation. Thank you, sir. Well, now it's time, friends, to have our panel go to work on tonight's special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the lovely young star of motion pictures whose forthcoming effort, called Plunder of the Sun, a Warner Brothers Pictures, will soon be showing around town, Miss Diana Lynn. All right, now I assume you know how we play the game, Diana. We'll play it as before. In this case, any money is won will go to Miss Lynn's favorite charity. Now, Diana, if you'll tell me your secret, the folks out there are anxious to find out what it is, too. kind of an involved sentence, but I think it'll work. Well, now, the clue concerns something that she is doing. And I think we will start with Mr. William Cullen, please.
This thing you've been doing, that you're doing, have you been doing it for a long time, Miss Lynn?
No.
By doing this thing that you're doing, do you expect it to help your career in some way?
Not particularly.
Is there any object involved in this thing that you're doing?
Yes.
Is it a useful object?
Yes.
Is it the kind of an object that I might have had occasion to use myself from time to time?
Possibly. I would think so, yes.
Is it the kind of an object that almost, let's say, everybody would have occasion to use at one time or another?
Yes.
Well, not everyone.
Not everyone, but,
Many people, but not everyone has occasion to use them.
And yet I would have occasion. If I were to use an object like this, would I get anything out of it? I mean, would I benefit?
This is saved by the bell. Yes, I'm sure you...
We would assume that you would. $10 down and $70 to go. Miss Jane Meadows.
Miss Lynn, this is a useful object. Could it help you or someone else in the earning of a living?
No.
No. Is it a specialized object?
Yes.
I mean by that, is there anything you can do with it that you couldn't do without it?
It's a very... it's a very special object, yes.
Yes. Are you, by any chance, using this object right now?
Yes.
Is it something you're wearing?
Yes.
Is it an article of clothing?
Yes.
Are you...
In a way, yes. We must...
Clothing in a way.
Almost all women's clothes fall under that category. Let's say that it is not clothing. Will that be all right with you?
Well, it isn't actually an article of clothing. No, but
$20 down and $60 to go, and it very puzzled Mr. Henry Morgan.
Well, because it started with something Miss Lynn was doing, and now it's whether she's wearing or something.
Well,
could
put two and two together, old man.
Well, could doing be wearing instead? Will it come out the same?
What she is wearing is what she is doing. The fact that she is wearing something is what is the doing. Oh, never mind.
This makes great sense, Mr. Morgan, really.
Well, it sounds very cheering. Shall I pin it down? Are you wearing this thing above the waist?
Yes.
Gary shook his head
well,
no.
Yes and
Well, now,
no.
I'll tell you, Henry, in the sense in our anatomy lessons on this show, we classify this as not above the waist.
Very well, it is not above the waist. I'm fine.
I'll make this clear to you in a while. We get very specialized here.
This is something you're wearing that you think is above the waist that Gary classifies as not.
You just hate us, don't you, Mr. Morgan?
Well, I
What?
want to find out if it slips.
$30 down and $50 to go, Miss Fay Emerson.
Henry, you always hand me the darndest thing.
That's because I'm ignorant.
Diana,
Yes, sir.
is this something worn under your pretty gray dress?
No.
Worn outside your pretty gray dress?
Yes, indeed.
Is it from your knee to your ankle? Your knee to the floor?
I wouldn't do anything like that to you. No, you couldn't... No.
From the knee to your waist?
$40 down and $40 to go. From the knee to the waist, no. Panel, this is your last time around.
And it's not clothing, we determined. Is it jewelry by any chance?
Yes.
And it's not above the waist?
I said it was neither above the waist.
Mr. Moore and I disagree on this.
It's neither above nor below the waist?
Yes, and perhaps...
Pardon, Bill?
got me
You
out
say
of
it's neither
this.
above nor below the waist?
It's neither above nor below the waist.
I don't know how to put
Jane
this.
Meadows knows what I'm talking about, but it isn't her turn.
Are you wearing a rhinestone girdle?
$50 down and $30 to go. Now, panel, you'll find out because Jane Meadows knows.
Miss
Yes.
Lynn, is it on your arms or hands?
Yes,
Is it on your hands?
yes,
Is it a ring?
yes,
Is there something unusual about this ring?
yes.
Is it a very valuable ring?
Yes.
And that's part of the secret, that it's,
Yes.
it's something about the
Well,
value.
it's value. No, it's
Oh, no,
monetary
it's-
value.
Oh,
That's
is
nothing
it
to do.
someone else's ring?
Yes.
Someone else's ring, yes. $60 down and $20 to go, Mr. Henry Morgan.
How long you been wearing this below your waist?
Mr. Morgan, you're on one-track mind.
Well, anyway, is it Gary's ring?
No.
Is it somebody we'd know if we fooled around?
Yes.
I should think so.
You married? I don't know.
No.
Is it a famous person's ring?
Yep.
Yes.
Somebody we should get right away? Somebody in show business like that?
Yep.
Yes.
I'll
Somebody,
give you 15 seconds.
somebody here in the room?
Somebody in the room? Yes, $70 down, $10 to go. I think the panel's at Fay.
It's a ring that belongs to somebody in this room?
Yes.
Is it on this panel?
Yes.
Is it female? I mean, is the person female?
Not the person to whom the ring belongs, no.
Oh,
Yes,
is it Henry's
yes.
ring?
We're going to have to give up, panel. We're running way out of time. What Miss Lynn is wearing is Mr. Bill Cullen's wife's wedding ring. We sneaked it away. We borrowed it from his wife. All right, now let's quickly hurry on to our next contestant, please. Will our next contestant come out right away, please? Thank you, sir, very much. Come on, have a seat. Your name, sir, is what?
Leo Matasdorf.
Mr. Matasdorf. All right, sir, will you quickly whisper your secret to me, and we'll give the panel a crack at it. Well, now. This panel concerns something that he does for someone, and we will start with Miss Fay Emerson.
You do it for someone now?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it a famous person you do it for?
Yes.
Is it somebody in show business?
No.
Is it somebody in the political world?
No.
Is it somebody in the business world?
No.
Is it somebody in the field of sports?
No.
$10 down, $10 down, 70 to go, Mr. Bill Cullen.
Famous
please.
nobody.
Is this, is this person above or, is this person in sciences, by the way, Mr. Matasdorf?
Yes.
Military science?
No.
Electronic science?
Not specifically, no.
Research?
No, I think.
Medicine?
No.
Inventing? Is this person an
No.
inventor? Oh, for goodness sake, I got to get the exact science. Is it engineering science?
No.
There's $20 down and $60 to go, Miss Jane Meadows,
Would this
please.
person be in the philosophy?
No.
He is a philosopher, but
Would it
that...
be a religious figure?
No.
Mercy. It's in the sciences. What other sciences are there? I don't know. Can I pass it on to Henry?
We're going to have to pass it on because we're out of time. Take a wild guess, Henry.
Was it somebody like Einstein? Yeah.
All right. I'll give you, in spite of the fact that I'm getting this, I'll give you a little bit of time, even if we run over.
Well, I mean, I'd like you, Mr. Einstein, don't be insulted. Like you, a tailor for Dr. Einstein?
God,
or
no.
do you supply him with some service?
Yes.
Is it some physical service that you do something that concerns his
No,
person?
I'm sorry, our time is up. Faye is madly going this way, wants to know if he cuts Dr. Einstein's hair. I don't think anybody cuts Dr. Einstein's hair. This gentleman figures out Dr. Einstein's income tax. And so he gets the full $80. Red Cross? By golly, I sure will. Mr. Matasdorf wants me to pass his winnings along to the Red Cross, which I will most happily do. Thank you, sir, very much indeed. Well, now, that's all the time we have for our guests and their secrets tonight. In just a moment, I will tell you about the famous celebrity who will be third-degreed by our panel on our next... Now, my friends, next week at the same time, we will turn our panel loose on the secret which is being held by Miss Joan Bennett. And there will be other interesting people, too, to challenge our experts with their secrets. Until that time, may I say good night to our panel, Mr. Bill Cullen, Miss Jane Meadows,
Good night, Gary.
Mr. Henry Morgan, and Miss Fay Emerson. And until we all meet then, this will be Gary Morris saying bye-bye for all of us. Goodbye out there.